Hi everybody! Today we're going to write part 4 of our story based on The Lion Inside. So today we are writing about this part of the story. This is where your small character has decided to climb up to the top of the craggy rock to find your big character and ask them to teach their special skill. So in my story, my small character was a bee and my big character was a rhino. And the bee wanted the rhino to teach her how to stomp super loudly. So in this part of my story, I want to explain that my small character is going up to the top of the rock to find the big character. So I'm going to go for this as my first sentence. Bee started to climb up to the top of the craggy rock. Now, there's some pretty challenging spellings in here. So I want to remind parents that in year 1, what we look for is for children to use their phonics to spell words, for example, like climb, that are quite difficult. In year 2, you move on to learning the standard spelling of these words. But for example, if your child was spelling climb like this, this is a really acceptable year 1 spelling because they've included all the sounds. K, oo, I, It's not the standard spelling, but it shows that children are using their phonics. And in year 1, that's what we look for. So let's take another example, the word craggy. Your child might spell craggy like this. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Quite difficult to write with the mouse. So, k, a, g, e. Okay, this is a super year 1 spelling of craggy because your child has included all the sounds, k, a, g, e, and they've used their phonics. And later on in the year, they will learn that the Y can also make the E ending. But for now, this is absolutely super. So, next sentence. Bee was so scared, but she thought like a winner. So what I've done here is I've chosen a sentence that I really enjoyed from the book, The Lion Inside, which was the sentence about thinking like a winner. So I've taken that sentence and I've included it in my writing. Bee was so scared, but she thought like a winner. So you could include that sentence in your writing as well. Okay, my last sentence for this section. Finally, Bee hovered on top of the rock. So I've tried to use this really interesting verb, hovered here, to describe what bees do when they're flapping their wings, but they're sort of staying still. So you might want to find an interesting verb, remember a verb is an action word, to describe what your character is doing. Okay, let's read it through again. Bee started to climb up to the top of the craggy rock. Bee was so scared, but she thought like a winner. Finally, Bee hovered on top of the rock. So this would be amazing for a year 1 writer. I want to show you another simpler version because, as we've said before, everyone's different. It's really important for your child to try and do what they can do independently. So let's have a look at the next one. Bee went to the top of the rock. So in this version, we're much more focusing on words that are easy for us to use our phonics to spell, like went, top, rock. And we're using these phase 2 high frequency words that your child has been learning to read and write in school. So Bee went to the top of the rock. It was scary. So again, we're focusing on simple sentences. And as I said before, parents, it's absolutely fine if your child is spelling scary like this, for example. Air. Excuse my writing. E. S. K. Air. E, okay? It's not the formal spelling, but it's a very acceptable year 1 spelling because they're using their phonics. My last sentence. Finally, B got to the top of the rock. So this version would also be absolutely fine. It might be that your child needs to write an even simpler version. Now, yesterday I posted a video that Miss Humphreys from Year 2 has made all about chop up sentences. It's a method you can use where you write each word of the sentence your child has thought of on a separate little bit of paper, muddle them up and get your child to put them back together in the right order before copying them. And that's a method you could use if your child is struggling, really struggling with their sentence writing. Okay, I'm really looking forward to seeing your amazing work, and I'll see you all later.